And there we are. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I hope everybody is doing awesome. Uh, I'll tell you, one of the things down here that trips me out, I got to tell you, hold on, let me get my tea opened up here. All right, before I start talking, because I'll get off on a rant and I won't even do the normal introduction. So let's do that first. All right, so before we get started, I just want to remind everybody family friendly oriented channel. Please be decent. Please be kind in the chat. No racism, no nastiness. If you cannot abide by those very simple, easy rules, you will be booted out here by those awesome people lit up in blue with the wrenches. We like to have a good stream and have everybody have a good time. And so that's what we do. All right. So, that being said, we will get into this. Just a reminder, we will be doing this giveaway tonight. All right, this is the one tonight, An Old Man and His Axe by Ron Foster. We will be giving that away when we do the egg count, which Mac, like I love this. Mac's on here going 3-0. Mac, you're little early, Mac. Oh my God. Hey, Dina, how you doing tonight? So we're going to be giving this away when we do the egg count. This will be the prize. Whoever gets the correct guess on the egg count will win this book tonight, and we will go from there. All right. Now I'm going to put it out here ahead of time. Everybody that has won so far, I have your books, I have your information. I don't remember who won what book, and I'm not going through all these live streams to figure out who won what book. You will be getting a book by Ron Foster. No guarantee it will be the one that you won. Just putting it out there. I'm going to try to get out tomorrow and get the people that have won books already. I'm going to try to get them out to everybody tomorrow. Okay, that's the game plan. So, oh my God. So we had rain all day. It's actually still raining right now. It started about 7 o'clock this morning, and it has rained all day long, all day long. And so, yeah, right, Janet. I'm sorry. Like I said, I got all these people that have won, and I'm going okay. I'll have to try to figure out who won what book. I said I know I'm not going to get it right, but we'll go. We'll see what we can do. Yeah, the winners could also mention the title of their book with the address. That's true too. But so right now I got a bunch of books. I got to get there. Probably going to happen tomorrow. I have been between working on the road and then doing some prepping. I've been busy. I've been absolutely freaking crazy busy. So I actually went out and did more prepping today. So yeah. Now I got to tell you. So I just went outside like maybe 5 minutes ago. The fog is back. It is unbelievably dense. I can't even see the top of the hill going into the upper meadow. Berkey's working fine, Barbara. Thank you for asking. And yes, it's a Crown Berkey. I said big, or I said Royal. It's the Crown Berkey. It's a 6 gallon one. So I did make a mistake when I did that. Maybe I'll go back and I'll fix that in the video. And it says right on the box, Crown Berkey. So I don't know. I just knew I was getting the one that I got in New York, and so. But hey, Okie Forge, lost internet connection for a bit. That's no fun. That's no fun. But yeah, it. Oh my God, the ground up here is like so so saturated. It's crazy. Uh, but like us, day by day, we will get things squared away, and we'll just do what we can do. That's all we can do. And eventually, we'll have a really good road going in and out of here. But yeah, it's just one of those things that happens. We're just gonna slow and steady wins the race, right? STD. That's the only way you can take it. You do what you can. Today was not going to be a day where we were going to move stone just because of the weather. So, but it been very very wet. Glad it wasn't snow. If it had been snow, it would have been crazy. And my mom is calling. My mom knows my YouTube schedule. I tell her all the time, I will be live streaming on these days, Mom. I do it every Sunday. And here it is 8:03 and she's calling. She will have to wait. Um, uh, Ed, did you watch The Last of Us on YouTube or HBO? Bit of a prepper movie. No, I don't have HBO, so no, I did not see that. Yep. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Exactly. So Mac says take the tailgate off the truck when you do this. What I did last time, Mac, the last load that I did yesterday, I actually centered the gravel so that it's not up against the tailgate. So what happened in my defense, not that there's any defense, I'm always making mistakes. It's what I'm very famous for. Um, I had all the gravel was pushed up against the tailgate. And so when I went to open the tailgate, and that was the first time that happened, the tailgate wouldn't open, too much pressure on the tailgate. So I actually shoveled that entire load out by hand with with the shovel. So that was fun. And then I got like down to the very end and then it opened and I was like, great. So when I did my next load, I centered it all so that it wasn't up against the tailgate. So when I brought it back and I put it down the tailgate, then it was right there and I was able to do that. Like I said, it's just it's weird. I'm not sore from shoveling gravel. I definitely was tired. Definitely was tired. Just don't accidentally blow stuff up. Well, I'll try not to, Terrence. I will definitely try that. Yeah, lesson learned. Exactly. See, and again, the best way to learn anything that you're doing, the best way to learn is by putting the effort in, making the mistakes, and Ryan Hall says maybe some ice later in the week. Yeah, I was looking at that, Dale. They really don't know for sure where that's going to hit yet, so they don't have a super accurate where that's going to be. It's looking like Texas and Tennessee for sure are going to get hit. So I'm not even sure about West Virginia yet. So we'll see what happens. But and again, who knows how much we'll get if we get it? You know what I mean? Add your prediction for San Francisco versus Cincinnati Super Bowl. What happened? Yeah, I guess I'm completely wrong, right? I guess what KC's up 13-3, and San Francisco uh, pretty much blew out, uh, you know, or Philly blew out San Francisco. But Prudy got hurt early in that game, so that's something you can't predict. So now you got the backup to the backup quarterback in there. So how good is he? Obviously, he wasn't so good, but Missouri here getting freezing rain tonight, Delbert. Oh, that's not fun. Yeah, freezing rain is that can make a mess of things in a hurry. It can make a mess of things in a hurry. Yeah, I see the Eagles are going to the Super Bowl. I am not convinced on the Eagles. If Kansas City ends up beating Cincinnati, I will be rooting for Kansas City all day. In my heart, as a Dallas Cowboy fan, I cannot root for Philadelphia. Can't do it. So I will root. I will root for if it's Cincinnati or if it is Kansas City. I will root for them. So I've lived through a few ice storms. They're very interesting, very interesting when all the power lines are down. I dealt with that before I ended up going off grid, but yeah, you know, power lines being down and power out for 7 to 10 days. But and I must say that all the food in the background does nothing but make me hungry. Well, so people, why the food in the background, right? I literally am running out of space. I really am. I mean, I got so much stuff. That's another reason why I cannot wait to get this underground bunker going for food storage and stuff like that. Because as soon as I have that squared away, a lot of my preps that I have jammed in every corner of this camper, that I have jammed in every corner of the battery room, that I have every bit of the blue house other than where Steve is sleeping, um, and the shipping container. A lot of that stuff will all go underground. So I can't wait for that to happen. Now that's not going to happen anytime soon. Obviously, it's going to take time, but it's just again, it's one of those things right now. So this month, I had hoped to be working on the bunker, and so once I realized that I could have the stone staged up on top, up by the road, that I could bring it in as I could and work on it. Then the road became the priority because trust me, if you were driving in and out of here like I'm driving in and out of here, you want it to be squared away. It's bad. It is bad. So, but it's we'll get it done. It's that project will come together. We'll do what we can do. Um, hey, Greg, I saw that your Eagles made it to the Super Bowl, so I will say congratulations. I will give props where props are due. 13-6 at the half. Okay, Kansas City. All right, thank you. Yeah, I'm going to give props where they're due. I mean, they made it to the Super Bowl. Good for them. I mean, so they have had a very good season. So we shall see what happens. But anyway, there is the priority right now for me is that road. So I'm working on the road. When the group gets together again, uh, you know, you're a rut master. Yeah, there's lots of ruts. Man, and there's going to be a lot of work that's got to be done. Even, the group will be getting together in about 2 weeks. And, hopefully, well, let's put it like this. I will put it like this. That turn will be done within the next 2 weeks. And hopefully I'll have worked on other spots, in the coming out of the woods. In the woods, probably not going to do a whole bunch in there at this point in time. But when everybody comes together, we're just going to work on what we can work on. I mean, that's just how it's going to have to be. But what's the topic? What's going on? I know, yeah, we haven't even discussed anything of the topic yet. So we're going to get into that here in just a second. What do we got? 644 in the chat, guys. We got a 185 thumbs up. So if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, which is less than the third, please shoot a thumbs up to show support for the channel. And I do appreciate that. Again, it really makes a huge difference with the algorithms. And I do appreciate that as well. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notification as well. All right, so you can't make this stuff up, right? So what we're going to talk about a little bit with everything's going on, and I want you guys to take this with a grain of salt, with an open mind, because that's what it's meant to be. When we receive information in the West, right? What's going on? Are we near Ukraine? Are we near Russia? Do we know everything that's going on? Of course not. We, the West, the US, is being told this is what's happening. And do you think that maybe that the news might be slanted in a certain direction to continuously make Russia the bad guys and Ukraine the terrible victims, and never would, I'm sure, no Ukrainians are doing anything, you know, they're probably all above board and they're not doing anything bad, right? Come on. Okay. I mean, let's be realistic. Every country, when they are at war, does horrible things to the other country. That is just a fact. That is just a fact. Now, I am not saying that we are not given proper information. I'm not saying that. Okay. What I'm saying is you have to look at the situation and realize the information that we are receiving for us in the West is absolutely biased in a certain direction. That's a fact. The news that you get daily here in the United States of what's going on in the United States is very biased daily. Period. That's always the way it's going to be. Always the way it's going to be. They're going to feed you the information that they want you to hear. If that's the truth, then great. If it's not the truth, it doesn't matter. If they're slanted a certain way, I've seen so many things lately, and there's so many things that I would love to discuss on this channel, but I know I can't. Okay, I can't. That's just the way it is, unfortunately. What I would encourage you all to do, and I will always encourage you guys to do this, is continuously seek out the truth, look at all avenues of information that you can get from overseas information or whatever the case may be. Um, you know, I love when If you share information that it does not go along with the standard information that is put out there, you get a label. You're far right, you're a fringe lunatic, you're a conspiracy theorist, you're a fear mongerer, a gloom and doomer, whatever the case may be. And this happens constantly because if it doesn't fit what they want you to hear, then they're going to label you to try to dismiss you. Okay. And if you are sharing factual information, let's talk about this a second. And I'm not going to gear it towards anything in recent history, right? But there's a lot of recent history where information was given that we were told by the fact checkers, right, or all those type of people, that this is misinformation, this is not true, and all these type of things. Where later on down the road, information came out that they had to change their story. They had to change their story, right? So now they had to change the narrative. Never an apology for going after people that were actually telling the truth. No, no, no. We don't. They don't do that. They gave you a strike because they said you were spreading misinformation that just happened to be the truth later on. Doesn't matter. That's what bothers me. That's what bothers me. So that's why I will always encourage you guys to pay attention, watch what's going on. I mean, I'm getting a lot of information coming into me from a lot of different sources, talking about, the Russians are, arming up. They're moving ships. They're doing this. They're doing that. We, the United States of America, we do the same exact thing. We put those chess pieces into places that we want them to be. We have an agenda. Do not ever think. Do you think? Okay, here. I have a question for you guys. Okay, and this is straight up honest question. Do you think that we, the United States of America, are helping Ukraine because we're doing it out of the kindness of our hearts? So that's a yes or no question. Yes or no question. Are we doing it because we're just so wonderful and we're just doing it because we want to we're doing it for kindness? Is that why we're doing it? Wow, imagine that. All of you are saying no. Imagine that. I agree 100%. There is an objective. Always there is an objective. There is always uh, somewhere down the road they're looking for that victory of what they want to accomplish, of what they want to do. You know, if you go back and you look at the history when Ukraine when the Soviet Union fell, a lot of Ukrainians are actually Russians, realistically. Okay, so they gave Ukraine its independence and stuff like that, and we, the Western powers, we said to Ukraine, if you give up your nukes, then we'll protect you. So they did. They gave up their nukes, right? And so now, here we are dealing what we're dealing with. I am going to say that I am really, really hopeful that we don't end up in a World War III situation over this whole situation. I really hope not. I mean, and like I said, first of all, I'm not pro Russian. I am not pro Ukrainian. I want to put that out there ahead of time. All right. You just have to look at the big picture. So as soon as you say anything that doesn't agree with what the mainstream media is putting out there, Ukraine good, Russia bad. If you question that, oh, you're pro Russian, right? Well, how about I'm pro thinking for myself and looking at this situation and realizing, see, here's one thing I have learned in 57 years of being on the planet. Okay. Here's something that I have learned, and it absolutely is true 100%. 100%. There are three sides to every story, right? There's his side, there's her side, and somewhere in the middle is the truth. Always three sides. And, people will believe this one or they're going to believe that one, depending on where they come up in position with it and stuff like that. That's always going to be the case. All right. And the truth is always somewhere in the middle because you're not always going to get it. Now, with politicians, if you believe that politicians are always honest, I absolutely have some oceanfront property in Arizona that I would like to sell you, because I think that politicians and the truth do not always go hand in hand. They don't always go hand in hand. I'm not calling politicians liars, all of them, but history has shown history has shown with the corruption, the number of politicians that have gone to prison and jail and have been brought up on charges, they're not always real familiar with the truth. So those are things you have to take everything with a grain of salt. You really, really do. We have to look at every situation and realize that there is always an agenda. There's always an agenda, and you are being spoon fed the information that they want you to do or see and hear. Okay. So when something happens, now we can blame it on XYZ foreign actor, when there is a possibility. I'm not saying that it would be the case, but it could be a possibility of your own government doing it to you because they want to maintain control. When governments are afraid of losing control, I will use France as a great example. The Yellow Vest movement. France had done that increase of the gas. They some tax or something. I don't remember exactly what the whole dynamics of it was, but there was a huge, huge protest. They called it the Yellow Vest movement, where all these people were protesting, and the government backtracked, and all of a sudden, oh, yep, we can go ahead and we can change this. Asif says politicians don't lie; they exaggerate too much. Oh my God, that's too funny. That is funny. But I will tell you this. Thank you very much, Asif, for the donation, and thank you for the statement as well. Pay attention. Always pay attention. Always look at things objectively, because we're not always being given all the information. Do you think that they would say to us here in the United States, and right now, with the way it is that Russia is telling the Russian people that nuclear war is going to be definitely coming, to prepare, to get ready for that? Okay. Do you think that they would tell us that here? I mean, I don't, there is subtle things going on, that they're doing this drill and they're doing that drill and all these type of things. And so they're subtly telling us, you probably should be getting ready, right? But half the people, more than, I should say half, probably 75, 80% of the people out there have those rose colored glasses on. If it doesn't affect them directly, they don't care about it. They don't want to know about it. And then later on, then they'll be the biggest ones screaming that I'm a victim. You have to pay attention to what's going on. There is a lot to be concerned about. Yeah, and how about Taiwan? That situation is another situation that is not not being talked about. It is an eventuality that China will go after Taiwan. It's not a matter of if. It's one of those situations, just like Yellowstone. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Hey, Mac, Asif told you a million times, don't exaggerate. Yeah, right. Right. Hey, I just try to give you guys the truth, and what you take with that from that is your own thing. So thank you very much for the donation, Mac, and thank you for the statement. We have to be paying attention to the signs that are out there, the information that they're giving us. We had a scenario, if you remember, before the whole pandemic happened. They did a pandemic drill. Remember that? And then 2 years later, I think it was 2 years later, we had the pandemic, right? Remember that? We've been doing grid down drills. What do we do if the grid goes down and stuff like that? That's what we've been doing right now. The government has been doing that. So, again, in my opinion, strictly my opinion, I think that it is just a matter of time before we see that scenario happen. And I will say something that I say all the time to you guys, okay? And I will say it all the time to you guys. When SHTF happens, you are going to have what you have, period. That's it. There will be no more going to the store, that last minute run. You're going to have what you have. So the more prepared you are for that, the better position that you are for that, the better off you're going to be. Hey, Asif, the problem, normalcy bias, what happened yesterday will happen tomorrow, not always true. Hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. Absolutely. I'm a huge proponent of preparing for the worst and hoping for the best. I do not have a lot of faith in mankind. And I'm not talking Joe average citizen, that generally people will step up, they'll help each other out. They're pretty decent about that. I'm not talking about them. What I'm talking about is the people that, you know, go out there and are looking to cause destruction, looking to cause problems. Those people are the ones that I don't have faith in. And a lot of those people are in charge of us right now. And so, it's a scary, scary situation. So, really quickly, again, I'm going to mention this because we got a lot more people in the chat right now. This book will be giving away when we do the egg count. So, the winner of the egg count will win this book today, by Ron Foster. Ron has graciously donated a bunch of books here. In every live stream, we're going to be giving them away until they're all gone. Mac, you need to stop, Mac. Now, contain yourself. It's not time yet. I know you're just doing it to bust my chops, but anyway. Um, so when we get to that point and we're going to do the egg count, I will let you guys know. All right. So, but we're going to be doing that, and that's usually about 8:45. We do the egg count and the giveaway. All right. So very nice of Ron to give all these books out, and so I got a box of them that came. So we're going to be doing that. Uh, anyway, it's just, yeah, we need to be in charge of ourselves. So if you are proactive in working on making sure that you are in a good position, I will tell you right now, I honestly hope we do not have something go down like that. I really don't. Uh, I'm not ready, not by a long shot, especially down here. There's a long way to go before I could comfortably say, all right, yeah, we're in good shape and we're ready to go. And with that, it's funny. We need time. We need time. We got things to do. There's things that need to be accomplished. But there will something is going to happen. It's just a matter. And what do I mean by that? What's something, right? CME. People are talking about CME. Absolutely could happen. Could be that way. We could have, when they had the event that happened in what 1812, I think it was, and then it was only telegraph lines up at that point in time. If we had a huge CME come in and hit us just right, lights are out, and they ain't coming back on for a good long time after some situation like that. Now there will be spots that would have, that would have been hardened by the military and stuff like that, and they would be there, but the majority of people would be in deep, deep trouble, and it would be a while before the rescuers came to rescue. So you need to be rescuing yourselves. The Carrington event. Yep, we need to be rescuing ourselves, and that's the biggest thing. So the more prepared you are, the better position that you're in. You're putting yourself in a situation, to be in that situation. You're going to be better off, and so people need to think about that. They really do need to think about that. And I'm going to keep beating that horse. I'm going to tell you, I'll continue to talk about it. And the Carrington event was 1859. Okay, all right. Thank you, Okie Forge. Yeah, 18. Well, no, you know what 1814 was then? That I believe was where the Mississippi, where they had the earthquakes down through there, and the Mississippi ran the wrong way. That's what I think that one was. That was like 1814, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody could look that up if you would, and let me know for sure. So, but yes, the Carrington event was the New Madrid. Yes, yep, that's what that was. It's weird how you get gut feelings and you feel like something's not right. Yes, Michigan lifestyle. That is absolutely true. 1814 New Madrid earthquakes. Okay, yep. Thanks, Asif. Yep. So, but you know, we have to do the best that we can. I get gut feelings, and my gut is telling me, unfortunately, and I don't like it that my gut's telling me this, that I don't think we have a ton of time. I don't think we do have a ton of time. So I have been really amping up my efforts on my end to be as ready as I can be to do what I need to do. Like today, I went out. I'll tell you one of the things that I did today. I am obviously a lot of focus is on my underground bunker, right? I need to get that done. I need to get that squared away. So one of the things that I went out today and did is I picked up more concrete block and I picked up rebar. So, 1811 to 1812 for the New Madrid. Okay. All right. Thank you. So, that's what I was working on today because if I have that on site and it's here, I can still use it and it's here. If I don't have it yet and something goes down, then there's no way I'm ever going to get it. There's no way I'm ever going to get it. And for the project that I want to do, I need to have that in place and get that squared away. So that's something to think about. Something to think about. I'd rather not survive a nuclear war. I want to be the first to go. So, it's and I love it when people say that, Misty, and I'm not trying to be disparaging in any way possible to your thought. But I hate when people say that, and I will tell you why. I cannot stand it when people say that because the will to live is so strong. It is ingrained in our DNA. The will to live is ingrained in our DNA. Guys, we got 900 in the chat, and we're at 377 on the thumbs up. So, again, if you have not shot that thumbs up yet, please do so. Show support for the channel. Again, I really appreciate that. Also, it really makes a big difference with the algorithms. So the more interaction that we have, the better it is for the channel. So I thank you for that reason as well. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure that you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. But, you know, like I said, the will to live is so strong. There's no way, it's easy to say, well, I would want this or I would want that. But when it comes right down to it, when the time comes, some of you, yeah, you'll want to go because you won't want to live in a world that's different and changed and you can't handle it or you don't want to handle it. And that's true. And there will be people that quit on life because of that. But the majority of people out there, the majority of people, um, will be wanting to survive regardless if they're have radiation burns, if they whatever has happened to them, they still want to survive. And that's the fact, you know. And actually, I will tell you who will handle an SHTF event better than anybody else. Who do you think? I'm gonna ask you guys this. I'm gonna ask this question and then I'm gonna give you the answer. Who will be the best to handle an SHTF event and who will adapt the best? So, give you guys a minute to get your guess. We got the Amish, we got mothers, disabled, moms, women, the poorest, kids, homeless, preppers, the poor, the meek. Somebody said Jason. That's funny. All right, so a lot of you guys, good answers, a lot of good answers. But I will tell you who will adapt the best in an SHTF event. And it's the kids. Kids can adjust and adapt to any situation. Kids will always be go with the flow. They will adapt and they will come out stronger on the other side. They really, truly will. Those are the ones that are going to be, yeah, kids are resilient. I'll give you a great example. When we moved off grid, my twins were 13 when we moved off grid. And it was a huge, huge adjustment, a big change. Heather and I were actually talking the other day, and actually that adjustment from having every convenience at your fingertips to having to watch your power and make sure that we shut everything down at night when we went to bed and to keep an eye on things and to make sure the fire was going and all those type of things because it's a whole different lifestyle, right? Me and Heather were having a conversation yesterday, I believe. You know what she told me? Now, at the time when they were going through it, it was not a whole lot of fun for them because it was a huge adjustment. She said to me, "You know what, Dad?" She says, "I'm glad we grew up the way that we did Because one of the things that my daughter has, because of the upbringing that she has a good work ethic, because there's always something that has to be done when you're living on a homestead. When there's always animals to take care of, there's chores to do. You got to bring in wood, you got to stack wood. You got to keep an eye on your batteries. You got to make sure everything is good and everything is squared away. There's always something to do. And because of that, she has adapted into a really squared away person, and she has a good work ethic. She'll tell me, these different people. And I was actually talking to one of my members today, and he was talking about, he's at work and all people are doing are complain, complain, complain. He goes, I'm just here to work. You know what I mean? Lena said, that's my everyday life, Ed. Well, you know what? It's mine too, because there's always something to do. And if the weather's cooperating, I'm going to be out there and I want to be doing it. I want to be out. I want to be outside. The other day when I went and did the 2 loads of gravel, I mean, the sun was out all day. It was awesome. Actually, you can probably see I got a little bit of sun on my face. It was fantastic. But just being out there, and yeah, was I tired and I was wiped out? After doing stone 2 days in a row, I will tell you this: yes, I was tired. I was tired. Yeah, she's sleeping right now. She's back on her bed. That's where she's at the moment. But and again, these adjustments. It's always adjustments. You have to, you know, adapt. And people that are set in their ways and they're used to a certain thing, it's harder for them to adapt. But you know, yeah, I was stone tired. Yeah, that is exactly true. Awesome sauce. I'll tell you what I did yesterday. So I was gonna go out after I did the 2 loads of stone yesterday. I was gonna go out and I was gonna hit lows yesterday. Because like I said, I don't think we got a whole bunch of time, and whatever you need to get, you better get it now. And that's kind of where my mind is at right now. But I was so wiped out after doing that that I was like, I'm done. And so I end up washing up, and then I'm like, I'm gonna lay down. I laid down at like 6 o'clock, and I didn't wake up until 10 o'clock that night. I slept for like 4 hours straight. I'm not sore. I just it was physically exhausting. And so, but oh, Bengals just scored. Okay, very cool, very cool. Thank you, Mr. Floyd, for letting us know. Uh, but again, it's you just yeah, I needed it. Yeah, exactly. And but the thing is, it's like as soon as if we get a halfway decent day tomorrow and the rain holds off, I will be out moving more stone tomorrow. I want to get that. The sooner I get that turn done, is the sooner that I can work on the rest of the road. And the rest of the road, I don't think is going to be as bad because that was the worst area. I mean, I've had to really lay that stone in there thick in that area, and that was the worst area. So whatever else, I'll there's some other spots coming in up out of the woods that I want to hit, and we'll go from there. But yeah, it's like I said, it's just it's going to be a process. Um, how many chickens? There are 15 hens and one rooster up in New York, Deborah. So that's where we're getting the egg count from until I eventually get chickens down here, which I'm hoping that is going to be in the spring. I'm hoping to have chickens down here in the spring because with the price of eggs being the way that they are, if we can get a nice chicken coop built for the birds and get some fencing up and all those type of things, that will put us in a good situation for them, and they will be much better off. So, but we'll have 2 egg counts in the spring. Maybe I'll just focus on. Well, I won't have if I get birds in the spring. I won't have eggs for a while. They'll have to get some time. So we'll still be going on New York count. I know Becky's planning on adding more birds to the flock up in New York. So she was asking me. She goes, "How many should I get?" She goes, how many more birds should I get?" And I said to her, I said, "Get a dozen, because if you get a dozen chicks, you hope that 8 of them make it to adulthood. And of those 8 that make it to adulthood, unless you had them sexed, if you paid the extra to have them sexed so that you know that they're hens, you're probably going to get some roosters in there too. So you have to really think about that. But anyway, you know, again, with there's a constant manipulation happening with the press, uh, with YouTube, with Twitter, with Instagram. They're all closely monitored. They're all closely monitored, right? The news media outlets. If you deviate from what they are saying, what they're calling the truth, right? And sometimes is it the truth? I'm sure sometimes it is. Is it the truth all the times? I have a hard time believing that it's always the truth that they're giving us all the time. You have to take it again with a grain of salt. I'm going to always encourage you to do your own research. Whatever I tell you, whatever any other YouTuber tells you, pay attention, watch what's going on, get out there, look at stuff, and go from there. And do your research, find out. I'm not always right, and I'll be the first when I have been wrong. I am the first one to come on here and say, hey, I made a mistake. I was wrong about this or that. Because that's reality. We're all going to make mistakes. We're human beings, and that's a fact. So we have to think about those things. So what are we at? 995 now. We got 516 on those thumbs up, guys. We're almost up to 1,000 in the chat. That's pretty cool. Again, if you have not shot that thumbs up yet, let's get that going. So we're still only at like 50% of thumbs up, which is not good. Uh, what do you think about water glassing for prepping? Um, it definitely works. It's definitely a good thing. You can also take mineral oil, and you have to use it with eggs that are just laid by birds, not from the store bought. Store bought eggs are washed already, so that coating is already gone. But if you take mineral oil, it mimics that coating, and you can actually keep those eggs in really, really good shape for quite a while with doing that. So that's something to think about. So. So anyway, guys, yes, if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask you to please do so to show support for the channel, and I thank you ahead of time for that. Also, again, it really does make a huge, huge difference with the algorithms. So the more interaction we have, the better it is for the channel. So I thank you for that reason as well. Um, Ed, did you see the post about Tractor Supply chicken feed? Yeah, we talked about that a little bit in the last live stream. We did talk about that a little bit. I'm not saying that that's what's truly happening, but the reports are coming out. We'll talk about this a little bit. The reports are coming out that whatever change they made to the feed with Tractor Supply, I've gotten my feed for the birds for Tractor Supply for a long time. The reports are coming out that it's causing the chickens to lay less eggs. Now, I don't know if that's true. I don't know if it's not true. I can only go by the experience that I've seen with my own chickens in New York. My chickens in New York have not been laying like they were laying 6 months ago, right? Obviously, what are the factors? The fall, they start molting. So they're growing new feathers. They're not laying enough eggs for that reason. The amount of sunlight that they're getting, it definitely keeps the egg production down. Also, being winter and it's cold, they don't like to, lay as much. So one of the things that we did in New York, Becky's been doing all kinds of research on birds. All right, because I was telling her, feed the birds oatmeal, give them warm up oatmeal, put it out there for them. That's going to make a difference, and stuff like that. So what she has actually done too is she has switched them. Somebody put it in the chat here. Goat feed. She has switched the chickens strictly to goat feed because that is what oatmeal and oats and corn. So that's what she has done with that, and so that's a good thing. So, but yeah, so that's and again, you're going to pay for what you get. So there's places where you can get better feed and stuff like that. It's up to you what you want to do. Uh, I'm going to tell you, that's your call. However you want to do it, that's going to be your call. So, yeah, sunflower seeds. You can grow your own sunflower seeds. Yep, grow your own sunflowers, and that's a lot of seeds. It's a lot. That's really good for the birds as well. Having wheat. Wheat is also good. So, there's a lot that can be used, a lot that can be utilized. You know, again, yeah, cultivate your own worms. They'll eat them. They love it. Bugs, whatever. You know what I mean? So, yeah, they will go nuts. Birds are Little velociraptors. That's what birds are. Chickens are little velociraptors. They will eat anything, including each other. So definitely, check that out. So, all right. Well, we're at this time, and I will tell you when to start making your guesses. We're going to be doing the giveaway with the egg count here for Ron Foster's book, um, An Old Man and His Axe. Okay. So if you are the winner of this, you need to shoot me an email at preppernurse1@yahoo.com. All right. If you do that, you will win the book. When you win the book, send me that information and I will get this book out to you. So you got to send me your information and maybe write the title of the book so I'll have that. It's a good idea because it's like when I get to that point, I'm going to have a whole bunch of books here, and hopefully, I'm going to do it tomorrow. That is the game plan, and we will see how that goes. So when I say we're going to start, so first we're at 984 in the chat, we're at 593 in the thumbs up. Let's get some more thumbs up in here first, guys. Let's get that up there to a better level, and I do appreciate that. It really makes a big difference supporting the channel. Again, it makes a huge difference with the algorithms as well. So the more interaction, the better it is for the channel as well. So I thank you for that reason as well. All right, starting right now. What is the egg count? And yes or no for thick neck? So I'll give you guys a moment to get your guesses on here, and we will go from there. All right. Give you guys just another moment to get your guesses out there. Okay. If you had the same exact guess, is Carol, and I'm probably going to butcher this last name, Scardino or Scaldino, with 2 eggs and no thick neck today, then you are absolutely correct. So, Carol, you are the winner. Congratulations on winning this book by Ron Foster. All right. Uh, Send me your information to preppernurse1@yahoo.com and give me your address, and I will get that book out to you. So definitely do that. And congratulations to Carol. Again, Scardino, Scaldino, or something to that effect. So you know who you are. So shoot me that email. Again, if you have won a book and you don't give me your information within inside of a week, that book will go back into the pool and I will give it to somebody else later on down the road. So far, everybody has contacted me that has won a book so far. So, yep. There she is right there. There's Carol. Salcedo. Scaldio. Okay, well, you are the winner, Carol. So shoot me that email. So congratulations on that. And there we go. So, but yeah, so that's so we will be doing another giveaway, obviously, on Wednesday when we do the next live stream. And I will be live streaming for my hardcore members tomorrow night. On Monday, they don't get a chance to win because that's different. It was just for the bigger live streams. But I will be also live streaming for my hardcore members tomorrow. So if you would like to be part of that, go to my main page on YouTube, click the join button, become a hardcore member. And it is a private live stream just for hardcore members only. So please join us. We have really good talks. It's a lot of fun. They get the inside information that nobody else gets, and it's a lot more personal. And any questions that anybody has, I try to answer their questions over there. So, but yeah, so that is that. But the next book giveaway will be on Wednesday. All right. Okay. So let's getting back to what's with everything that's going on. Um, Pay attention once again. Keep your eyes and ears open. Continue to prep. Continue to get ready. I don't make predictions of how much time that we have. I don't. Uh, I just, I know that I'm concerned personally. I am absolutely concerned. And so I'm doing what I can to put myself and my group and my family in a position to be successful and to win. It's about winning. It's about surviving. It's about being ready to do, um, you know, what you can, to survive. That's all you can do. That's all any of us can do. So, you know, it to me, you. So I take everything. I said this to somebody one time, and they got really, really pissed off at me. But I don't care because I just say it. I said once I realized that life is a big game. It's a big game, and we have to play the game. And so once you learn how to play that game, it helps you realize, okay, it's all and it's rigged and it's fixed towards the house. The house is always going to win. You know what I mean? So that's what you got to realize too. The house is always going to win. So if you can realize that this game is out there, you can kind of hopefully try to skew things more in your favor. And I like to win. I've always liked to win. If I play any kind of game out there, I play to win. I'm not playing for fun. I may enjoy playing it, whatever game it is. Being back, in the day, I played a lot of basketball, played a lot of football and stuff like that. I play to win. And so, with being a prepper, living off grid, I play to win. That's what I'm doing. I want to win, which winning to me is being as prepared as I possibly can be, putting the efforts in that need to be put in. And when the time comes, I want to make sure that I got a good hand that I'm being dealt because they're not going to give you a good hand. If you're waiting on the government to help you out in that situation, I will wish you good luck because you're going to need it. I believe that, what's that old saying, God helps those who helps themselves. Be proactive, folks. Be proactive and do what you got to do to put yourself in a winning position, a winning hand. And again, it is as simple as having a 2-week supply of food and water that gives you such an advantage over the majority of people, you know. My gut feelings saying around the end of March. I hate these feelings. I get them when something is always going to happen, especially with my kids or grandkids. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, I just I have a lot of concerns, and I just you know, hopefully we don't have war. I That would be just the biggest lunacy in my opinion than anything else. It would that would be horrible. I need to work on my water storage, weak area for me right now. That's huge. Water is huge because that should be your number one thing, folks. Number one thing that you have done first is water because without proper drinking water, right? Without fresh water to drink, you can go ahead and drink that tainted water and see what happens and how that works out for you. But without fresh drinking water, you're dead in 3 days. So you don't want to be in a situation where you have to drink tainted water. Yeah, nobody wins. Nobody wins in a war. Absolutely not. Nobody wins. So again, my and I've said this 100 times, and I'll say it again. The most likely scenario that I see happening, in strictly my opinion, is a grid down situation. It's a grid down situation, and that would be more devastating realistically than war. Why? Right? Because so many people are not prepared. The majority, 93% of the people are not prepared for as little as a 2-week disaster. And if the grid goes down for whatever reason, uh, it's not going to be probably 2 weeks. It would be much longer than that. There would be devastating losses of life, but infrastructure would still be there, right? Infrastructure would still be there. And, if they did that, whoever, be it our own government, foreign enemy, whatever, people looking to harm the United States, you would be looking at a situation where it would be catastrophic to this country. The loss of life would be just enormous. And again, You would also have people, I mean, the cities, if you are like, and again, and I know I've said this a million times as well, but if you're in those cities, get out of those cities. If you can, get out of those cities. That is going to be the absolute worst place that you could possibly be in an SHTF situation because they will cannibalize each other in a heartbeat. Once people realize, look at how we treat each other now with rule of law. I want you to think about this, okay? Look at how we treat each other now with rule of law, which means if you do this action, you're going to get in trouble, you're going to be arrested, they're going to get you, you're going to go to jail, right? That's rule of law. We are behaving because we know that we don't want to go to jail. But look at how we treat each other with rule of law. Without rule of law, when there is no consequences for your actions, boy, the true nature of a lot of people will come out. All right. And if they know that they can do whatever they want to do and they're not going to jail, and the worst thing that could happen is if somebody puts a bullet in their head, all right, that's a reality. So those type of people are going to do pretty horrific things. So why would you not put yourself in a situation and surround yourself with decent, like-minded people that you are willing and want to work together with? That's my biggest thing. That's who I want to be around. I don't want to be around a bunch of low-life scumbags that are looking to do all kinds of horrible things. Don't want it. Don't want to be around that at all. So no, Donna, I don't need you. I got your address, hon. Thank you. I do. And I'm going to really, really try to get out there tomorrow. I'm no guarantees, but I will let everybody know when I get those books out. I will let you guys know. I promise. I have something else that I actually have to take care of tomorrow as well. So I'm hoping to get that done and and go from there. But I swear to you, the books will be coming very, very soon. And then I got a whole bunch more to have to give away that I'm gonna have to go to the store or the post office again later and do it again. But that's okay. But Donna, remember, you're not. So here, I got to show you guys because it's still sitting right up here, still sitting up here. So here's Donna's book, still sitting here. All right. So Donna, you're going to get this one, and I'm going to give you another one as well. So Donna's going to get two books, just because I've never seen anybody with as much patience waiting and not flipping out and calling me all kinds of bad names. Yeah. So, but I appreciate your patience, Donna. I really, really do. And you're going to get two books. I promise you. Okay. So, yeah, we'll get all those out. It's just not making excuses, but I've been a little busy. June 5th, was that long ago? God. Okay, well, it'll be soon, I promise. Hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. So, uh I'm having surgery on Tuesday, so I'll be reading my mystery book during recovery. Oh, there you go. Okay, cool. Yeah. They're all coming out. Are the books going to be signed? No, he didn't sign the books. He just he shipped out a bunch to me, and so that up 13 20 to 13 Kansas City. Okay, cool. Thank you, Okie Forge. But yeah, so that's anyway, that's another thing I would definitely tell you guys. Uh oh, by me? You want them signed by me? If you So let me ask you guys, do you want me to sign the books for you? I'll sign the books for you if you want. If you don't, then I can do that. You want me to sign the books, guys? Ed, what herb do you recommend for pain? Dixieland Homestead wants to know. Um, okay, I'll sign them. All right, yeah, I can do that for you guys. I can definitely do that for you guys. Uh, th- there is a weed that is out there that is basically the same thing as morphine without the addictive personalities. They call it a weed, and that, oh god, I'm trying to remember what the name of that weed is, and it's like it grows all over the place in a lot of places in your yards. Wild lettuce. Yep, there you go. Thank you, Tim. I know what it was. I just was going blank in my head. Wild lettuce. Look it up. It can be broken down into a tincture, and you can use it for pain relief. So Ed, you are like a celebrity. I don't know. I wouldn't go that far. I'm just me, Vlad. I'm just me. That's all I am. I don't consider myself any kind of celebrity. I'm just somebody. I'm really good at running my mouth. Not afraid to talk. Not shy. I'm definitely opinionated. So it's. But again, here's the other thing I would recommend to all of you. And I know I've talked about this before as well, but I'm going to mention it again. Any kind of dental work that you need to get done, any kind of elective surgeries that you need to get done, please, please do that. Please get those things squared away. Get yourself, squared away, health wise. So when that time comes and something happens, or when that thing, it's just a matter of when, not a matter of if. You're going to be in really good shape. As you guys know, what, a year and a half, a little over a year ago, I went in and took care of all my dental work. Got my cavities fixed that I needed to get fixed. I got the teeth pulled. I had to get two more teeth pulled. So, I did what I had to do to put myself in a situation. Your teeth are vital. If you have problems with your teeth, it can lead to infection and it can also lead to death. If you have an abscessed tooth, that can kill you. So that's something that you need to think about, prepare for ahead of time. And if you are, ready that way, you're going to be in better shape. So hold on, I'm getting. There we go. Okay. So, but yes, get your teeth taken care of. Get all that done. Any elective surgeries, hernia surgeries, anything else that you need to get taken care of, get those things taken care of now. Don't put them off. Don't put them off, because if you put them off, when things go sideways, that could lead to death. So, unless you got a dentist in the group that can take care of that stuff, you're going to be in big, big trouble. So, what do we got? 767 still in the chat. We're at 685 on a thumbs up. So, guys, again, if you haven't shot a thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask you to please do so to show support for the channel. And I thank you ahead of time for that. I appreciate it. It really makes a big, big difference with the algorithms as well. The more interaction we have, the better it is for the channel. So I thank you for that reason as well. Also, again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. So I thank you for that reason as well. All right. So we're going to do some shout outs right now. The muddy list, exactly. I'm going to show you. It's all dirty still because it sat out in the rain for 2 weeks, and when I lost it, and then I found it, and of course I haven't transferred. It's dry now. It's just dirty. So, all right, we're gonna start out with Icky Can up in Canada. Real nice guy. I would ask you to go up there and support his channel. Very, very down to earth, and I like what he's doing. Unbelievable. If you go watch his earlier videos when he was doing the building, a lot of his buildings, amazing to watch him get what he got done. You have Angry Prepper, which is Jason down in New York City. Jason is an awesome dude, an asset to anybody's group, and good man, good man. You have Alaska Prepper, which is Rudy, up in Alaska doing his thing. Good guy. Alaska Granny as well up in Alaska. You have Sean James with the Sean James channel and My Self Reliance, two different channels. And but really good guy, does amazing work up in Canada building and showing you what he's doing. Unbelievable. You have Demcad, another good guy. There is Corporal's Corner, Bjorn Hansen. You have 80K Man up in the Adirondacks. There is Bizza Rizza Jizza, who does the Carrington Chronicles. Definitely check him out as well. You have Marfugal News with Adam and Dax out on the West Coast in Seattle. Real good guy, very down to earth. Like what they're doing out there. You have Magic Prepper in North Dakota. There is Cody, which is Wrangle Star, another good guy. You have the Red Poppy Ranch. There's Survival Lily. You have Kyle's Cabin with Kyle and Sierra doing their thing up there in cold, cold Minnesota. You have Bush Radical and Girl in the Woods, husband wife team, two different channels, really good people. Split their time between Michigan and Alaska. Definitely worth listening to what they have to say because they know what they're talking about. You have Green Greg's A lot of good information. We've come to, gardening and stuff like that. Green Greg's is right on the money with all that as well. You have Southern Prepper One doing his Boots on the Ground series, another really good guy, trying to help people out, giving you sharing information. There is Gray Man Prepping. You have St. Bernard Acres with Joe. There is Doug and Stacy, another great channel, a lot of good information. Check them out as well. You have the Nomadic Movement, which is down in Panama. A nice young couple down there doing their thing, working together with people down there. There is the Green Dream Project, which is out in Arizona. A young couple living out in the desert, showing how things can be done out there. You have Camping with Steve Wallace up in Canada. He does stealth camping. That's more of a fun thing, nice change of pace. Bush Doctor Survival. There is Monkey Works. The Needy Homesteader. She's been around a long time, had some sad things happen in her life, obviously lost her husband. Definitely go and support them as well. You have Boss of the Swamp. He's been around for a long, long time. You have Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, another good guy, really, really cool. Definitely check him out. He knows what he's talking about the Grand Solar Minimum and all those type of things. You have Patera with the Appalachian Homestead. There is City Prepper, Lumina Acres. You have Suspicious Observer. There's Bear Independent, The Uneducated Economist. You have Bushcraft Bear, who is in the Canary Islands of La Palma. There is Mary Greeley News, giving you all the latest information of earthquakes and everything else that is going on there. We have Adapt 2030. There is Malachi's Corner. You have Ice Age Farmer. If you're going to get your weather, there's only one guy to get your weather from, and that is Ryan Hall Y'all. Definitely check him out. Really good guy, very down to earth, gives back to the community big time. So definitely support him. You have Russell Brand. I like Russell Brand. He gives you the information. He lets you decide what you want to do with it. If you want to believe it or not believe it, it's completely up to you. And I like that about him. You have Deep South Homestead. You have The Outsider. There's The Fit Farmer. You have Prep Rebel, Simple Life Reclaimed, Townsend's, The Prepared Mind. There is Pinball Preparedness, who was in Tennessee, East Tennessee Preparedness, The Economic Ninja, and Little House Off Gritty, who is also in Tennessee. I'm sure there's many, many other good channels out there, and I'm sure you guys are mentioning them in the chat, which is fine. I think we should be supporting each other. I think it's important that we do so. We're a small niche community, and we should be supporting each other, and that's why I like to do the shout outs. Gives you an idea to go look at somebody else's perspective of things, and I think we all need to be doing that. Everybody looks at things differently. All right. So what are we at? 722 on the thumbs up. We're down to 619 in the chat. Let's just for fun. What do you got? Like 10, 12 minutes. Let's see if we can hit 800. That's a big ask. That's a big ask. But let's see if we can hit 800 thumbs up. I don't think we've had 800 thumbs up in quite a while. So if you have not yet, again, shown a thumbs up yet, please do so to show support for the channel. I do appreciate that. Also, again, it really does make a huge, huge difference with the algorithms. So let's see if we can hit 800 thumbs up. I know it's a big ask with the amount of time we got left, but I have confidence in you guys. Let's see if we can do that. That'll be fun. Again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. Once again, I'm gonna harp this home, guys, through all these live streams. Keep prepping. Continue to get ready. Do not become despondent. Do not become distracted. A lot of times they want to distract you with whatever else is going on, so you're not focused on what you need to be focused on. We need to be taking care of our business. We need to be taking care of our families, putting ourselves in a situation to win. Remember, it's a game. It's all a game. And I don't want the government dictating to me what I have to do or what I don't have to do. I want to make my own decisions. So if I put myself in a situation to win that game when the time comes, I don't have to go stand in line with thousands of my closest friends. I don't have to go to a camp to have them give me handouts and help me out. I can be independent. I can do what I want to do and still have my freedom. That's important. That is big time important. So what do we need? 33 more, guys. 33 more thumbs up to hit 800. Let's keep that going. That'll be awesome. That'd be just for fun. I think you guys can do it. So anyway, like I said, just stay focused. Don't let the distractions distract you, and you should be. Mahomes fumbled and the Bengals recover. Ooh, interesting. Okay, thank you very much. Um, but again, just stay the course. Do what you need to do. Take care of your business, and you're going to be just fine. Uh, put yourself in that winning position. Again, as simple as having a 2 week supply of food and water gives you such a huge advantage. That's what we're looking at. We're all looking for that edge. And it's simple, it's not hard to do. The new series that I've been doing, two more videos will be coming out for that tomorrow, about prepping, on $10 a week budget. We're going to be doing the next shop, and then I'm going to be going over what we got for the 3 weeks worth of supplies. Then next Monday I'll do the next one, and those videos are already made. The next 2 weeks for tomorrow, the two videos for tomorrow, and then the two videos for next Monday they're already made, and so that means I might have to go out and do some more. But and that's okay. I don't mind. I like prepping. So um, just stay focused, guys. Really. All right. We are Legion. We are many. We are all over the world. We're all over the country. Where is everybody from tonight? So we got Art in Phoenix, Arizona. We got Freehawk in Pennsylvania. Inverness, Florida, with Clyde in the house. Clyde, say hi to your beautiful wife for me. We have Waterloo, New York, with Sharon. Pine Ridge, Florida. North Hollywood, California. We have Connecticut, El Monte, California. Grand Rapids, Michigan. We got Reno with Robin in the house. Verone, BC, Canada. Leesburg, Florida, with Joan. Central Florida. Adams, Kentucky, with Don. New Jersey. Hollywood, Florida, with Donna. Dayton, Ohio, with Rhonda. Ireland is in the house, full of hope. Glad to have you here, and thanks for staying up late. Charlotte County, Florida. We have Utah in the house with off-grid power. Sorry. Mississauga, Ontario, Canada is in the house. East Central Illinois. We have Tucson, Arizona with Angela. Central Indiana with Susan. Central Nebraska with David. North Georgia with Tom. Walla Walla with Sean. We have Orlando, Florida. Campbell, Missouri with Antonio. St. Augustine, Florida with Diane. Florida's the winner tonight. Yeah, New Hampshire. We usually got a lot of Ohio's. Eugene, Oregon with Paul. Let's see. Central Iowa with Robert. Alabama's in the house with Dixieland Homestead. David is from Maryland. Schuylkill County, Pennsylvania. I probably said that wrong. Wolf Lake, New York. We have Ohio's in the house. Aaron, Tennessee with Jay. Arkansas. Northern Wisconsin with Raven. We have Campbell, Missouri with Antonio. Edgewater, Florida with Judy. West Central Ohio with Dale. Georgia in the mountains with Hakeem. Long Island, New York with Helen. Crazy state of Northern California with Shanista. Liv from Ocala, Florida. Michigan Lifestyle in Michigan. West Central Texas. Florida Central East Coast with Big Bob. We have William Ashley is New York. Nathan in Texas. Cuban nurse prepper from Northwest Florida. Russ Williams from Missouri City, Missouri. Sizemore, Missouri with Randy. Hamilton, Ohio with Tim. Queen of NoHo, California, Miss Mary. Thief River Falls, Minnesota with Deborah. Ice cold St. Louis. Missouri City, Missouri. So again, guys, we are truly all over the country. We're all over the world. We got Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania in the house. We're all over the place. We're a huge network of people. We're a huge family. We are the ones that are awake. We are the ones that can make a difference. The difference that we can make now is trying to help people. Down the road, the difference we can make is educating people after an event, teaching them how to survive, how to stay alive. That's important. We have Bruno from New York, West Central Georgia with Tony, Frederick from Bumstead, Florida. So I see we are over 800, so we hit that. I'm like, you guys are amazing. That happened. We still got time left. We'll see how much higher we can go. Why not, right? Is 850 in the cards? I doubt that. I doubt you guys could hit 850. But anyway, you know, we are the ones that are awake. We can make a huge, huge difference. We can help people, and I think that's what we're awakened for. I think we were awakened because it's kind of our mission to make a difference. That's how I feel. I feel like, I was woken up to try to make a difference, to try to help people. I've always had the gift for gab, that I've had forever. Hey, we got Dina Cook from Kentucky in the house, but I'm not full of crap though either. I'm just like everybody else, and that's the one thing I think that's important is remembering that we truly are together in this thing. So I think more people need to be on that page. I think that they really do. So we're up to 818. Can we hit 850? That'd be pretty wild if we could hit 850. So anyway, guys, I want to thank my moderators who do an absolutely fantastic job keeping the chat clean. They are amazing. 2020, very cool, Stephen. Thank you for the update of the game. Yeah, we got Newfoundland is also in here. Yep, yep. But Quintella Mountains in Arkansas with Richard, very cool. Again, I want to thank my moderators who do a great job keeping the chat clean. They're awesome. I appreciate them, ladies and gentlemen, that moderate for me. I want to thank all you guys for being here because without you guys here, then I'm not here. So I really, truly appreciate everything that you guys do. It really makes a big, big difference. And I appreciate the support. And I'll keep being here as long as you want me to be here. And I really enjoy what I do. And it's like I said, it's like when I have people tell me, and I've had a lot of calls on this one. I've had a lot of calls where people have said, "Hey, uh, we were been prepping. We started prepping because we started watching you, and this event happened, and we were ready because we listened to you." That to me is the biggest way that you could say thanks is by helping yourselves. It makes a huge, huge difference for me, and it's really, really appreciated. And that's awesome. So, what are we? 829, 21 more to 850. Can we do it? That'd be fun. Let's see if we can hit 850, guys. Just because why not? We blew through the goal of 800. So, 21 more. Can we do 21 more in just a couple minutes? Remember, guys, we truly are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. As soon as we can figure that one out, we will be in much, much better shape. We have to stop letting them divide us. They use race, they use religion, they use political affiliation, they use the vaxxed and the unvaxxed. These are all games that are used to keep us fighting amongst each other. We can't let them win. We have to come together as human beings. And if we can do that, we will be in much, much better shape. Also, remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really, really important that we tell the people that we care about every single day how we feel. Last but not least, STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you are trying to do, whatever you are trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from achieving your goals is you. That's it, nobody else. If you stay positive and stay away from the negativity, you're going to be just fine. All right, stay positive. Don't listen to negative people telling you what you can't accomplish because you can accomplish anything that you set your mind to. I'm a great example of that, guys. I've had people for years tell me you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do the other thing. And my answer has always been the same. Watch me. Because every time that they say that I can't do it, it gets done. one way or another. And that's what it's about. So what are you, 8:43? We need 7 more thumbs up, guys. 7 more thumbs up. Can we get them before we jump off here? Just because, why not? Let's. Now we're 6 away. We're at 8:44. Great talk tonight. A lot of people in the chat, which is awesome. A lot of fun. I've enjoyed it. And just stay focused, guys. Keep doing what you can do to help your families, to help yourselves. 8:56. You guys blew through it. Wow, look at that. All right. Listen, I will see you all later. Have a great night. Keep prepping. Keep doing what you can. All right. I will talk to you all later. Prepper Nurse One out for now. And awesome on the thumbs up. We are 8:58. That's crazy. All right. Have a good night. Bye.